Lukas did that, and okay. Okay, so let's get started. Welcome everyone to this new Suricata webinar. A few announcements or warnings. If you have questions, please use the Q&A session. We will try to answer them by the, what do you prefer, Philip, during the webinar or by the end of the session?
Maybe during the webinar.
Okay, so I'll try to keep track of the questions and see if I manage to find a right moment to interrupt you for you to answer them. But we usually leave some time after the presentation for questions to be answered as well. Feel free to use the chat for anything else. What else? A few words about the OISF, which is the maintainer of Suricata, and the reason why we can be here doing this webinar today. OISF stands for Open Information Security Foundation. It is a US 501c3 nonprofit organization that ensures Suricata remains world-class. It is dedicated to preserving the integrity of open source security technologies and the communities that keep them thriving. Our team and our community includes world-class security and nonprofit experts, programmers, and industry leaders dedicated to open security technologies. Funding for Suricata comes from donations from world-class security organizations committed to our missions. A list of those organizations is available on our consortium members page. If you are interested in contributing to Suricata by donating, that is very welcome. If anyone out there doesn't know what Suricata is and is watching this webinar or video, we have been trying to make it more clear that Suricata is much more than just a detection and prevention intrusion system. It is also a network security monitoring tool, which means that it's not just about alerts. It tracks protocol transactions, it tracks flows, it can record PCAPs, it extracts files. And when we say that it's not just about alerts, it means that our logs have a lot of information, even if you don't have roles. But we know the importance of roles, and that's why Philip is here today to add some more power to our Suricata role language. And Philip, most of you, if not all of you, already know him more than you know me, but a few words about him. He's been contributing to Suricata since 2018. That is 5 years, not 7, as he told me this morning. He is part of the OISF developers team. He focuses a lot on fuzzing and bug hunting, not just around Suricata. And he has his own company for consultancy around threat hunting and things related to that, right, Philip? He is an inspiration. He knows a lot, and I've been in touch with him through pull requests since the contribution phase for outreach, which was when I joined the Suricata community. And sometimes he can be very scary in his comments in pull requests, but that's just because he is very serious about making things as safe as possible. And that's cool to be able to see him programming and making Suricata better and safer. And without further ado, I now pass back to you, Philip. Let us have a great webinar.
Thank you, Juliana. So, time to share my screen. Up. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I am not good at PowerPoint. So just a few words of introduction first. Yeah, that's not what I want.
While you set up, one thing that I forgot to mention is that if you want to start contributing to Suricata, do make sure to also check the contribution guidelines and all of those, because these are also part of the process. As I read this today in another project, read them more than once, because there are lots of things there and you don't want to miss them. And this is also part of adding anything new to Suricata. Back to you, Philip, sorry.
So yeah, we'll be adding new whole keywords to Suricata, and it will be live. I did not do it yet. And we do that because we want you to become part of the community if you are not already. So we welcome contribution to the code to add features. So there are some features which are quite, which come quite often, like log more fields of protocols, have more signature keywords. That's one we're going to do. Have more protocols. So this is a bigger one that will not fit in 1 hour. And also, there are lots of other things like better documentation, not only features, report bugs, and yeah, there can be more exotic features that we welcome as well. A small word about reporting a bug. So first thing is asking yourself or asking others on forum.suricata.io if this is a bug or a feature or the intended behavior. And then open, if it is a bug, a ticket on README. And the best way for us to fix the bug is to provide minimize the Suricata-verify test. So Suricata-verify is a GitHub repository, and a test in it has a few elements. Main one is a pickup file. There may be Suricata rules with it, and there is the YAML file to describe the expected output. Like, yeah, on this pickup, we expect to have this signature triggering once or twice. So if this is not possible to have a Suricata-verify test, please explain with the most details all the steps to reproduce and the configuration you're using, etc., etc. Okay, so I will do a live coding session. So to contribute, you can get the code on GitHub, which is the official repository. And as Juliana mentioned, there is a documentation about the contribution guidelines. So it's on docs.suricata.io on the dev guide part. So you need to sign a contributor license agreement. As I already said, you need to create a README ticket to track the changes. Create a new Git branch. That's what we will be doing with the patches, including the tests, and then send up a GitHub pull request. And after that, we should be happy, but we will wait for the continuous integration results and QA results and feedback. And if there is something wrong, iterate by opening a new pull request every time there is a new version of the branch. So yeah, you should set a Git ID. The code should be formatted. So there is a script to do that for the C files. And there is the Rust FMT for the Rust files. You should update the documentation if needed. That's what we should do when we add the new keywords. We should provide tests, so we should do that as well. And I have a good Git commit history. So with each commit being a logical unity, and having a title with a prefix, which is the subsystem. So detect for adding new keywords, and having in the commit message a reference to the README tickets. So yeah, that's what I will be doing live. So before diving into the coding sessions, so we will be adding some keywords about the flow number of packets and number of bytes. So these numbers are integers, and there are already quite a few keywords dedicated to integers on Suricata, with some features like comparison, validation of the input, prefiltering. And it comes from those two README tickets, which are tracking tickets for work that takes a lot of commits, etc. So one is about unifying these integer keywords. That's something that has been done, and one is about having a parity between what is logged and what is available as a keyword. And so, yeah, the number of packets of a flow is already logged, but it's not yet available as a keyword. So that's what we want to do. And so, for instance, a few examples about those integer keywords. So ICMPv6 MTU, if it's less than 1280, TTL, as in IP TTL, if it's between 10 and 100, T size, TCP, MMS, file size, and there is a flow age, which is the age of the flow in seconds, which I have already added a few months ago, I guess. So we will get inspired by that. So time to close the slides and go to do some coding. So maybe we can start with Suricata-verify and maybe start with adding a test. So yeah, just increasing the font a bit. So let's be on master. Let's be on the latest master, and yeah, create a new branch. Oh, but so to create a new branch, I need first to have some README tickets associated to it. So just remember 4772, which so yeah, I want to be linked to that. So this is a feature. Detect new keyword flow dot, and so how it is called already. I have my super secret command to do that. So yeah, also I should be on master. So I have a super JQ command on our JSON schema to see all the objects that are logged and which have the integer type. So yeah, you see we have SMB tree ID, SMB session ID, and up. So yeah, we have flow age and flow packets to client, packets to server. So let's start with packets to client. So I should assign this to me. I don't know if it's meant. Yeah, we should put this for 8. It's not urgent. Okay, and it's linked to the parity between logged and fields available for detection. Okay, so now I can create a new branch with the git checkout magic command and say 6164 v1. Okay, and so I say there is already a flow H. Oh, I thought it would be here. So I'm looking if there is, yeah, there is a rule here with flow H. So I guess I want to do a new directory, and I will just copy one to get started. So yeah, I'm in Suricata-verify tests subdirectory. And I go to my new directory. Okay, so I have roles. So as 20 packets. Let's do that. And so it's packets to clients. Oh. Missed twice because this is live. And I do not need this thing after, just signature ID, which can be 1. Okay, so yeah, that's what we would like for. And yeah, so as you can see, we have a pcap, a README file, a rules files, and a YAML file. So let's see for the YAML file, we want min version 7 or maybe 8. Up, and we want, yeah, we want just the one in the end. So let's just remove match. Maybe I should not have started with VI. Oh, there is that many. The end comes. We'll remove too many lines in the end. It's clear. Okay, so we, I guess, just want to check that we will have one alert of signature ID 1. Okay. Let's write the README. Up. Up. There should be also something like that. Maybe starts is test flow. I will just keep forgetting about it. Keyword. Okay, so looks good. How does the pickup look? Wireshark wants to open it. In the filter. Okay, so yeah, we look like we have flows with multiple packets. There is one secret features to reuse a pickup, in fact. So we'll not use a new pickup, we'll just reuse one. Up. And this was a big code T-redo input.pickup. Okay, let's copy paste this. Okay. Okay. So we can remove the pickup. We can add for Git the free files. And yeah, do a commit. Add a test about flow dot whatever packets that client keyword. So great, we have a test. Meanwhile, I should have been compiling Suricata, but I can, while this compiles and configure, which takes a long time, maybe run it and see that the test failed because the keyword doesn't exist. And so, oh yeah, I have to have some magic environment variables so that it's nicer. Okay, so yeah, we can run the test and it fails as expected with exit one. And if I go back here, there is now an output directory where I can see stdr, error passing signature, unknown rule keywords. That's what we are expecting, and that's what we want to fix. So, perfect. So, we need to have the branch here. I will just use the same name. Okay. And now let's get coding. So, okay, there is this file. Looks interesting. So, there was this commit. Okay, so there were these files which were changed. So there are scripts to have a helper to set up simple detects for buffers, I guess. So that's not what we're gonna do, but we see that we have just a few things to change. I do not want to answer that live. So let's start by copy pasting. Meanwhile, the rest is compiling. Just autos. I do not like how I have too many pop-ups here. So it show. I guess I need to have the same number of dashes. So number of packets to clients. Each number of packets to clients. Not in seconds, it's an integer. The syntax is the same, so I just need to replace. The number of packets can be matched exactly or compared using the operator setting. Exactly, and smaller. True. So signature example, let's just put this one. Okay. So in this example, we will alert on only the 20th packet. Okay, we have been adding the documentation already. Great, we did the tests. We have the documentation. Up. So I will just put one for clients and server. So yeah, I need to say to AutoTools and Makefile that I will be adding a new header file and C file. So yeah, adding doc, changing C file. And now detect engine register. Oh, yeah, when I add an header file, I should include it somewhere. Makes sense. And oh, I get the place right. So looks like these are the changes expected up packets to client. Okay, so far so good. So now we, I guess, need to copy the H file to flow packets file and change them. So copyright 2003. Age is packets. Okay. By the way, these are new files that need to be tracked by Git. I Git add them. And yeah, this is the entry point, basically. Okay. So up. Okay, so let's try to compile so far. -G5 to have parallel compiling. No rest modification. Automate modification because I have new files. So yeah. Oh yeah, as header files are changed, there are many changes. Okay, so yeah, can I get my terminal back? So here I will do a lot of copy paste and replace. So yeah, detect flow age is the unique identifier for the keyword. So yeah, let's use our new one. Wow, my laptop is really slow. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. Is it Zoom that is taking on my stuff?
We are still here with you.
Thanks. So then we have the name of the keyword, which is the name used in signatures. So yeah, important one. A description, so you can have it when you do a Suricata list keywords. On the command line, you have ---- list keywords. On the brackets to clients. A link to the documentation. So did I get it right? Packets to clients. I have that the underscore are good, maybe not. Okay, and then we have this kind of stuff. So we will start already. Just everything that is storage should be like that. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we can start with the setup function. So the setup function is the function which will pass the signature. And so here we pass it as a unsigned integer with 32 bits. Okay. So yeah, we type with the keyword, and we require a packet. I guess it makes sense to count the number of packets and the packets. Then we have the free function, which will free the structure, which is the operator if it's less than or bigger than or equal or whatever. Okay. And then we have the matching function. And so as this is integer stuff, it's pretty much calling this function, but yeah, we need to get the right number of packets. So this is something like that. So we want the parity between logging and detection. So question is, how does this get logged? Up. Yeah. So this looked like flow to source packet count. And the flow is the packet flow. Up. So yeah, this is defined in a match function, which is used for the packet stuff. If we are in transaction stuff, we have a app layer transaction match function pointer to define. Okay, so this looks good. And now we just have the prefiltering stuff. So we can have this keyword support prefiltering, that is being the first keyword to be checked before the other keywords are checked. So basically it's just already done because it's just wrapper function around the integer stuff using the keyword ID and the matching function that we define to get the data. Okay.
Philip?
Yeah.
We have one question from Lukash. Can you please show how the input is defined? like how we told the function to accept only a single int.
So I guess it's about the parsing function. So the parsing function is this one. It's defined for this keyword ID with the setup function pointer. And we have this signature match structure, which has a context. So this CTX field, and this context can be whatever. So it's a pointer to whatever. And so in this case, we want it to be a pointer to this structure being detect on unsigned integer 32 bits data. And this structure is already being defined somewhere else as some operator, if it's less than, equal, or something else. And the base, so some unsigned 32 bits integer like 20 in our example. And so, yeah, we have the helper function to parse the raw string, which is 20 or less than 20. And we allocate the sigmatch and do the stuff. So
Cool, thanks.
the code compiles. And now we can try to run Suricata-verify again. And it should fail in a different way. So yeah, now it does not fail with some exit code because we could not parse the rules. Now we could parse the rules, but now it fails because we expected one match and we do not have one match because I guess we do not have any flow with 20 packets. That was some error in the beginning. So we can do some JQ magic. To select the flow up event type and get the packets to client. So we have one flow with 13 packets. Yeah, let's take this one. So let's change the rules to have 10. There is only one flow which has more than 10 packets. So this should now match once. Success. So it looks good. So it's time to push and create the GitHub pull request. So I first create the Suricata-verify pull request.
We have another question before you start with the very important process of doing the pull request.
Yeah, please.
From Young-Hoo Yong, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Does the flow packets, those type of keywords, count TCP X with TCP size 0?
So the best answer is it needs to be tested. And the fast answer is it counts every packet. It counts also the SYN ACK as far as I can tell, and it counts every packet if you take a UDP flow or ICMP flow as well. So yeah, it does not depend on TCP stuff.
Nor on the size, right?
So I am creating the Suricata-verify pull request. As the template asked me for it, I put a link to the README ticket. I say that this is expected to fail until we have the Suricata pull request. And oh, and I forgot to add my change. So I fix up commits, rebase auto squash, and force push. And so now I will have, oh, but maybe I should also say that the flow has 10 packets and not 20. So let's do it again. Okay, and it looks good. We create the pull request, and we are pull request 1261. And yeah, so I need to commit. I guess this is complete. So I will, yeah. So this looks like a good message. Detect, add. So, but I can do client P1. Like ticket is 6164. So I need to check the formatting. So I just run the script long format branch. Oh, and there is some stuff that he does not like. So I also do a fix up commit. And by the way, this script is done on a Git hook before pushing, so I could not have pushed successfully if I was not rightly formatted. So Git push works, and now I can create my pull request here. Up. So as I am a member of the team, I do not need to check the boxes. I put a reference to the README ticket. The changes, we add a new keyword, and we have pull requests 1261 for Suricata-verify. That's how we say it. And I like to just copy paste the full link so that there is a cross references done by GitHub. It looks good. We have the documentation, we have the tests. So let's create the pull requests. And now I can modify the ticket to say that the pull request, the status of the ticket is in review because we have a pull request. So good, and yeah, I can say it here. And yeah, so now we have to wait for CI and QA, and it takes quite some time. But meanwhile, we can iterate and do a second version to add the two server version. So this should be pretty simple because this should really be copy, paste, and adapt. So, have apply. So that's it. You still need the engine. Oh, sorry. The engine register stuff. So I guess it's here. I do not want the description. Yeah. And this. And I want this. Okay, this should be good. Oh, and now, I just want to copy all this and replace client with server. So done. We can see also that we have clients all uppercase. So skip these ones. Yeah. So starting here. Okay. And now I guess we can do just manually. So this one is important to change. So yes, I did some git grep in my history to packets to okay. Yeah, there is no going wrong. Oh, yeah. So to server is to destination. Xcode.
Hey, Philip.
Yep.
We have around 3 minutes.
Yeah. So I will just have the time to finish it. You have something else to
just wrap up stuff, nothing.
So just client in lowercase here, needs to be changed. So yeah, I guess now we have a second version. Forgotten this one. Oh, and set up Prefilter. Oh yeah, this is just because it's near. So and now we can say to server And now we have a second version. We can push it and do the pull request. So yeah, I guess that's it. We will need to check back in 1 hour if there are bugs that were found by CI or QA or whatever. So yeah, do you have a last question, or should we close it for today?
No questions for now. That was very good. I especially like how you not only showed how to quickly add a new keyword, but also you shared "my cat is jealous." Lots of good practices in general on how to contribute to Suricata and to any open source project, really. Thanks a lot for this.
Yeah,
folks.
there is a lot. I guess it's maybe hard for beginners because you have to have a lot of context. But as you could see, most of what I did is just copy, paste, and adapt. And yeah.
And this is a, yes, and this is a great way of, like you said, if someone wants to get started, maybe this is something that they can do, because they can follow your process. If there is a keyword that we need, they can ask us if, hey, would this be a good keyword? And then follow your process and do it. Thanks a lot, folks, for joining and being here. I know that some folks could not register. We will try to make this process better for next time. You saw that Philip used JQ a few times during his presentation. This is perfect because we want our new webinar, probably for July, to be about JQ tricks. So now you see why that can be very good and very useful. Philip, do you want to say anything else in this wrap up?
See you next month. I will not be the the one doing the JQ tricks next month, but I guess I will be attending.
Cool.
So, bye-bye.
Bye. You can stop the recording as well.